Yeah, I thought, Bobby Dahlback pitched really well, obviously. I thought he was really tough for our guys to see, and we knew that from the scouting report, and we knew that on video. He had really about 4 different types of pitches that he was throwing. I think Collins could probably answer that better for you. But, when we took good swings, we didn't get hits. And, the difference between winning and losing in a ball game here is, a left-hander staying inside of a ball with the wind blowing out of the southeast, and it's going to make it carry a little bit. And he gets off the wall and run scores from first base. I mean, that's the difference in the ball. That's why we're not still playing right now. So I thought the play their first baseman made late in the ball game off the bat of Lowe was really a game changer, because if that ball gets through, it really changes the nature of the game. So they made plays when they had to. I thought we pitched it pretty darn good. We strike out 9, we walk 1, they walk 2. We punch out 10 times. I thought it was really interesting. Most of our strikeouts came later on in the ball game. That's unusual, because most of the time your strikeouts are going to happen early in the game, and you're going to adjust. But I thought, Dahlback got stronger during the course of the game, and we just didn't do a good job adjusting to him. So hats off to him. I thought he was really good, especially since he's been, he pitched on Sunday, so he didn't have a full week to recover. He pitched on Friday night. He relieved on Friday night. He pitched on Sunday, and now he's pitching on Friday, and that doesn't happen a lot in college baseball. So, I think that speaks to his toughness and his competitiveness, and he did a really good job. I thought he was, the difference in the ball game. We just could not put together an inning against him.
Questions for the student athletes? Start down front left.
Gavin, Mike Bonner from the Clarion Ledger. As John kind of said, what made Bobby Dahlback so difficult to hit off of?
He did a great job tonight. Obviously, he really did a good job of throwing strike 1 with multiple pitches. It was either a fastball or a breaking ball. And to lefties, it was a fastball or an off-speed pitch. He didn't leave a lot of balls over the middle of the zone. His misses were either off the plate or or they were up. There weren't anything we can get good barrel on. He didn't leave anything in the middle of the zone. He just had a great tempo of the game, and we didn't slow him down, and we didn't make adjustments.
We'll go to the front right, Ben.
Ben Way, Commercial Dispatch. Gavin, he kind of mentioned the 4 pitches. It looked like he had y'all kind of just timing wasn't there. Just how good did he do a good job of mixing his pitches? Yeah,
he just did a good job mixing pitches. He had multiple pitches in the zone for strikes all night. He threw a lot of strike 1, and I think that really was the key to his whole outing. And we just need to do a better job making adjustments.
We'll come back to front left.
Dakota, for you, how are you able to return to the form it looked like during the final month of SEC play? Pitched really well. What was working for you? How did you kind of bounce back?
I feel like just coming back from the long week, I had kind of a shorter start last time, so we really got back into the basics of my routine, and had some help with Coach Johnson and had a great bullpen going into the start. So I just feel like I got my feel back and was able to just put everything in the zone.
We'll go to the back left, Robbie.
Robbie Donna from WCBI. Gavin, what needs to change tomorrow and Sunday, presumably, for you guys to get these next 2 wins and move on?
I don't think we need to change much. We're going to prepare the same way. We're going to, do everything like we have been all year. But I think, we don't usually get shut out very often, and I think it's going to be a different look for tomorrow, and we're going to come out ready to attack.
We'll come back to the front left. Mike.
Gavin, could you describe the emotion in the dugout, the final at bat? It seemed like, I know Michael Smith and Eli Marrero were really jumping at the beginning of the bat, thought that this was going to be the game tying at bat, and then kind of the emotion afterward.
Yeah, I thought we finished strong. I thought everyone throughout the game stayed locked in, and we never stopped. We never quit the whole night. We stayed calm. We didn't let the game speed up on us, and I think just the only thing we need to make an adjustment on is the pitchers.
We'll go to the back left, and then we'll go back right.
Steve Robertson with Dogs Bite and Jeans Page. Gavin, after the power outage, the crowd seemed to really give you guys a little bit of a lift. What kind of impact did that have on you guys?
It got us going. Obviously, that little whatever happened, it was good to get everyone back and get in their right minds to get ready to, keep fighting. And, just kind of gave us a good boost.
We'll go to the back right, Andy.
Dakota, Andy Lee, WTVA Television. If this was your final start at Duty Noble, what was it like to get that standing ovation as you exited the field?
Just being able to be here for 3 years and just being able to kind of go out there, and I guess I did have pretty good stuff, but I mean, I'm never going to forget the one pitch I didn't execute, Mississippi State and being here in front of these fans, it's something, but, I felt like my performance kind of was a little bit less than what I wanted it to be.
All right, we'll come back down here to the front left. Logan.
Logan Lowry, Daily Journal. Dakota, just talk about the last 24 hours and the emotional ride that you've been on.
Honestly, just being able to be with my family yesterday, it was a pretty special moment for me. But just being able to get back out there on the field just loose, I guess. It's hard to put it all in words, but it was something special.
All right. Any other questions for student athletes? All right, thank you, gentlemen. You're dismissed. We'll take questions for Coach Cohen now. Start in the back row, second row in the middle.
Yeah, Michael Lev with the Arizona Daily Star. Coach, can you talk us through the power outage, what the discussions were all about, why it was decided that you guys wouldn't play, even though it seemed like it was light enough to play when it first happened?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. If you have lighting in the top half of an inning, you have to have lighting in the bottom half of an inning. It's called, competitive fairness. It's called equality. So obviously that's a matter that the NCAA rules on, but that's just my opinion, which is probably worthless. But if you have lights on for the top half of an inning, you have to have lights on for the bottom part of an inning. I thought it was pretty simple, and I thought it was very well handled by everybody involved here at Mississippi State and the officials.
Come down here, front left, Mike.
John, what did you think of Dakota's performance tonight? What made him kind of that bounce back after the two rough starts?
Yeah, I thought he had a couple of out of the whatever he threw, in 92 pitches he threw, I thought he probably had about 2 or 3 pitches that he wants back. One of them, the 2-strike, a 1-2. One of them was an 0-2 that they got barrel to. And again, the left-handed bat, the spin, the southeasterly wind, it really pushed that ball, to where Reed couldn't get to it. And, we probably want that ball back. If it's a normal day where, you have a southwesterly or no wind at all, ball might hang up a little bit and we might be able to get to it. But, that's one swing out of however many that were in the course of the game. So we hit some balls hard. We hit some balls hard at them. They made some really good plays defensively, like the first baseman I thought made the play of the ball game because he's coming off the bag there. And if that ball gets by him in the 4-hole, we're probably going to be first and third. And, and I think it's, obviously that's going to really change the game. But he made a great play, and they got the lead out at second base. And, those are the things that happen in regionals. They're the things that happen every weekend in the Southeastern Conference. That's the difference between winning and losing. The team that makes a play and the team that didn't. And I thought we defended pretty well, but we just didn't get that hit, and we didn't get that, that walk when we needed it. We needed something to get us going. And I think the one thing in looking at Dahlback's statistics is, he had walked some guys. I mean, not a ton, but he'd walked some guys. So that tells you you're going to get some advantage counts. And, he'll help you a little bit. But tonight he didn't help us at all. He really pitched very, very well. And the nature of his breaking ball is just really, really difficult to see. He has 2 different breaking balls. One has very little spin, and one had a ton of spin on it. And our guys just didn't see it very well. So he really gutted it out, competed his heart out, and I think he was probably the difference in the ball game.
We'll come to the front right, Hugh.
John, how do you approach tomorrow? Gavin said prepared the exact same way, but at the same time, the stakes are higher tomorrow than they have been at any other point in the year.
Yeah, the stakes are always high. You're playing on a day 3 on a Saturday. Are you going to win the SEC or you're not going to win the SEC? The stakes are always high. And by the way, if you lose any other game that you won during that whole time, you don't win the SEC. The stakes are always high. The stakes are high in game 1, and they're high in game 28. There's no question the stakes are high right now. But I believe our kids can come back and win 2 games. I think they believe that. And our preparation is going to be pretty much the same, other than the fact that we're going to face a different arm and we have to prepare a little differently for a different arm. So I think our kids are excited about it. I think they view it as an opportunity. And I think that's why they're Southeastern Conference champions, because they have been able to deal with things like this all year long. And I think they can bounce back and put us in a position to maybe win a ball game.
Front left, Logan.
It seemed like there was a lot of fly balls early, a lot of strikeouts late. From your vantage point in the dugout, what do you see from your offense?
Yeah, Dahlback works up in the zone a lot, so we were missing underneath balls for sure. We didn't get on top. When we did get on top, we had balls at people. It's just kind of the nature of the way he pitches. I can tell you, we saw. Man, we've seen so much video of him, and it's just hard to prepare with the video because he's a tough guy to figure out. His arm slot's different, the spin on his breaking ball is different. I think that's why he's had so much success, and I think that's why he's won so many games for these guys, because he's just different.
John, 6 strikeouts for Mangum in the last, I guess, in the postseason, the regionals. What's kind of going wrong with his swing as of late?
Yeah, it's another one with the swing. He's swinging at pitches that are unhittable. It's really hard to hit balls that land on the plate. When he swings at pitches that are in the strike zone, he's fine. I think our expectation level of him is so high, that we all forget he's a freshman and he's going through everything for the first time. So he's going to be a really good player. I think he's going to be a significantly better player than he is right now because, again, he's going through a whole lot. I think he wants to get the hit on every single pitch, and, he's going to develop some patience, and he's going to develop a little bit better strike zone. And I think he's obviously he has had a great year, but I think he can be even better player than he is right now.